Before we jump in today's video, I just want to remind everybody that I'm not a financial advisor. So this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as financial, investment, or trading advice. All investments involve risk, and you should do your own research or consult with a licensed financial professional before making any investment decisions. Just remember, past performance is not indicative of future results. Hey everyone, it's Paul here on my channel, Better Call Paul. And I'm really excited today because we're now 9 months into the real life case study I started back on Blossom in May of 2025. And I feel like even though we haven't quite got to a year yet, every month that goes by, we get a little bit more data to try and prove my thesis that I can withdraw $1,000 a month from this account of approximately $50,000 and keep it going, for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and that the account won't dwindle down to nothing. So for those of you who don't know, I'm an income investor. I took my tax-free savings account with RBC. I loaded it up with some high yield covered call ETFs, and we're going to go over those positions today. I do think I might have went a little bit too high yield. So now, I have the ability to correct that just using distributions to buy some lower yield ETFs. So I'm going to explain that as well in this video. But let's just jump right into it and see how things are going for the first month of January in 2026. Right, for those of you who were following along last year, you knew I had a spreadsheet just like this one, but this is the new spreadsheet for 2026. So as of January 16th, the portfolio balance was $49,125. Now today's been a pretty volatile red day, so I'm sure that's gone down a little bit. But the real number we're going to track is the 31st of January. So the last trading day of the month, that's the one that will be the final number for this spreadsheet. But you can see so far to date, I have earned $1,179.93 in distributions, and we'll go over where that came from. And I did withdraw $1,000. So in total, since I started last year, I've now withdrawn $8,000 from this portfolio. And I'm currently sitting on $388.75 that I will be reinvesting this Thursday after I get 2 more distributions. So right now, as of Friday, the way I was looking at this was that my total was $49,125 plus the $1,000 I withdrew for a total return of $50,125. But again, this number here will fluctuate. Okay, the $1,000 withdrawals will not. Once I pull that money out, that's a realized gain. Okay, so here you can see the positions that I have in this tax-free savings account, starting with HHIS at a book cost of $22,910. I have 2,000 shares, and it paid me $540. MSTE, I have just over 14,000. I have 850. This is incorrect. I'm at 950 shares now. So I have 950 shares of MSTE. And in January, it paid me $190. And the reason why I put this in yellow is just to point out the fact that the distribution has come down. So hopefully when MSTE recovers, the distribution will go back up, and I'll be getting back up to where I was in 2025 when I was making between $1,500 and $1,600 a month. So biggie, I have $7,968 worth. I have 308 shares, and now it paid me $96.25, but it's going to pay me on January 22nd again. So I'll get an additional $96.25. My fourth position is CNYE, and I have 46.94 invested in that. Gives me 400 shares, pays $140. That one's also in yellow because they reduced the distribution from 40 cents to 35 cents. Alti, I've invested $6,037. I currently have 55 shares after the 10-for-1 reverse split. And so far this month, it's paid me $94.93. And I'm going to get paid this Thursday and next Thursday. So I should get about another $60 from Alti. Now you can see down here, I just wanted to calculate, since I bought Alti in my RBC portfolio, how much has it paid me? So far it's paid me $2,419, which is approximately 40% of the book cost. Now, keep in mind that because this isn't a TFSA, there is a 15% withholding fee. So if there hadn't been a 15% withholding fee, it would have paid me back approximately 47%. But anyway, so I'm going to keep going with Alti for now, and we'll see how that goes in the future. So I also have TSLY, which I have just almost $3,400 worth, 475 shares, and it pays me 118.75. This one has been very consistent so far. And lastly, I have HHIC, which I've only put in so far $1,356, 100 shares, paying me $16. Now, I am going to buy more of this on Tuesday, and I'm going to explain to you why. So I decided to categorize this portfolio based on Perry's pillars. So you can see that for anchors, I only have HHIC, and it only makes up 2.22% of my portfolio. So I definitely want to build this position. For boosters, I have HHIS and I have Biggie. And between the two of them, it makes up just over 50% of my portfolio. So that I'm happy with. I wouldn't mind putting a little bit more into Biggie. And then for juicers, I have probably too many, but I have MSTE, CNYE, TSLY, and Alti. Now, when MSTE and CNYE were up, my portfolio was breaking the $60,000 mark. So this could easily reverse itself once Bitcoin and crypto recovers, once MSTR rebounds and Coinbase, has some better earning results. This could easily skyrocket. So I'm not really too worried about it at the moment. But you can see my juicers are 47%. So I'll be taking, the money, the income that I'm getting from the juicers and boosters and putting it into the anchor. I just wanted to show you here, this is my RBC tax-free savings account. And just wanted to show you that on January the 16th, I did withdraw the $1,000. So I like to be transparent about as much as I possibly can. So you can see I withdrew the $1,000. This also shows you my last Alti dividend or distribution. Shows you, they call it a dividend. I'm not sure why. Shows you my last Biggie distribution of 96.25 and so on. So guys, I think that this portfolio is still performing exceptionally well. Back in May, April, May, I really loaded it up with ultra high yields, Alti plus the ones from Harvest. And I got the monthly income up to over $1,600 a month, which I was very excited about. The plan was to withdraw $1,000, reinvest $500 to $600 a month. Now, unfortunately, some of those ETFs have lowered their distribution accordingly, as the share price and the NAV have come down. But I'm still going to make a little over $1,300. And the whole point of this particular withdrawal of $1,000 was to cover my mortgage payment, which is actually less than $1,000. So I don't have any concerns about this portfolio being able to continue paying my mortgage. And, to put things into perspective, if MSTE goes back up a few dollars and they increase the distribution by even 10 cents, that'll give me another $95 a month. If it ever gets back to where it was, up around 50, 60 cents, that will add, another $200 to $300 to the monthly income. So I'm really happy with how things are going. This is a very aggressive portfolio. I'm sure some people are going to make some comments, that I'm too aggressive or I'm a yield chaser. And for this particular portfolio, I definitely was trying to get the maximum that I could in terms of monthly income. And but I do believe in the positions that I hold. I believe in MSTR, Tesla, Coinbase. These are all big tech companies that I believe are going to do well. And HHIS, I don't have any concerns about that. They've increased their distribution twice so far. I believe HHIC, it doesn't pay as much. So when I invest in it, it only increases my monthly by a little bit. But over time, it will bring up my monthly income. Alti was a little bit of a gamble, a little bit of a risky play, but I'm just going to keep using the dividends to buy HHIC. So guys, I hope everybody seems to really enjoy this case study. I hope you're still enjoying it. And I do plan, some people have asked me to keep this going for 3 years. I do plan to keep it going, indefinitely for as long as I can be on YouTube and sharing with you this content. So let me know in the comments below if there's, I guess, anything that you think I should do. I don't really plan on making big changes to this portfolio at the moment. If MSTE was to skyrocket, I might consider trimming back the position a little bit. And if it stays low, I might consider buying a few more shares down the road just to take advantage of that. All right, so until the next video, guys, thanks again for watching. And keep in mind that this is not financial advice. I'm not suggesting that you guys should follow what I'm doing, all right? Sit down, you have to do your own research, you have to evaluate your own risk tolerance. You have to buy investments that you can sleep well at night. So if that means buying, a fund like VFV or XEQT, or sticking with covered call ETFs like HDIV or HYLD, QDAY, CDAY, you have to do what works well for you. Please don't ever blindly follow what I'm doing. All right. So like I was saying before, until the next video, bye for now.